All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Excited to jump back here into Final Fantasy. This is my third actual session. Started a little bit late, so it's been quite the weekend. But it's going well. It's going well. Got to do some real life stuff yesterday. Part of being a homeowner is being responsible. So that thrilling experience of learning how to stain a fence. If anyone has any questions about that, more than happy to share my vast experience. Also, something kind of cool that I picked up. I was on Etsy. I was like, oh, this looks cool. I found this really cute little Final Fantasy coffee mug. It's a little tiny. Oh, there's the cactus on the other side too. I want to share that. I really like this guy. You get it in multiple colors too. I dig it. The only thing is, it's very little coffee. I guess it, keeps you up going around, actually picking up more coffee. So it's good. Just a little tiny. So I actually have like a backup mug for more coffee. But anyway, let's jump in. Start a little late, so I want to really jump in. And you'll notice I'm also sitting down today because it's been a long weekend again. Staying in the fence, just doing all these other things. I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay, so what happened is we just got the airship. There's no actual map to the airship. You just get on and you go. And this right here is Bahamut Island, or the Dragon's Island, the Dragon Caves. And so in here, very specifically, this is to Bahamut. You are told that you need to complete a trial to show your courage, a token of your courage. Now, this is actually the quest. Ambushed by a Sphinx. Okay. So you're actually told that you need to complete a quest in order to show that you have courage. Okay, so there's around here, and you can see it on our map too. Let's see. Yeah. It's been a minute here since I put, there we go. So on the map, you can see right now, like all these different islands are Dragon Islands. Now there is the ability to, I don't know where, but there's the ability to land. I think I can land there and go all the way. I need to figure out where to go. Ooh, all the way around. I guess I could, and you need a canoe to go past there. Well, let's try it. Oh, and I switched. I'm going to go, let's actually go with the monk. Let's just see that the monk is leading the pack. We already are making some big progress here crossing the train. I feel like I already need to heal the monk. I know I didn't heal him last time, but the simple fact that he goes down so quickly, big damage, but also really low defense. Definitely glad I got to the mute button before you heard whatever that was, where I had a coughing fit. That was not fun. All right, I'm almost there. It took very little. Oh, nope. Oh my gosh! If only you consulted the map. Okay. And I just realized I didn't actually have the game sound on. This guy right here, off his game. Technically on his game, but off his game. So now you should be able to hear game sound. I think this is the first were-tigers we have ever encountered. I like that they're kind of coming at you. And just, I don't know, just like the, ooh, okay. And so similar to the werewolves, they also have our favorite status element, poison. Can never get enough poison. That's why you gotta have these, that's why you gotta have a million antidotes in your inventory. I don't think I ended up getting, yeah, I just didn't bother getting the antidote white magic spell. It just makes no sense to me, especially because you're gonna go through them so often now. Should really go across here with the canoe. Is there anything in the center? This just screams like there's a secret area or something happens to me. All right, we fought these guys before. Ooh. Even though we fought them before, they're reminding us to take them seriously. All right, we should single hit kill that guy. Get a little, just keep attacking Aerith. We'll be fine. Ooh. All right, now the thing is okay, he's dead. And now, good, pummeled. Yes, that's nice. But if they come in there with a lot of Oh, a cottage. I feel like we can't use it here, but can I use a cottage even in... Let's just use a tent. I'm too lazy to actually use potions. I'm like, let's just do that. Let's go with that. Okay. And now, let's save quickly. And where are we going? I don't know. Citadel of Trials. I think this is the place I have to be. Ooh. You come bearing the crown, I see. Your fortitude cannot be questioned. Indeed not. Very well. I shall grant you the right to undergo the trials. Go now. Sit upon the throne. Your courage will be put to the test. If true courage dwells within you, you will find proof of it here. Okay. Alright, so the trials are... Well, let's go sit on the throne. And the throne teleports you somewhere to the trials. Citadel of Trials. Okay. Is this a teleport? Oh, this is actually pretty cool. It's a giant maze. Okay. And you can't go back, apparently. That makes things more interesting. Okay, this is the first time we've seen Rakshasa. That's fun to say. I'll send with some fire. Oh, they're gonna hit us with fire. Maybe that was not the right idea. The fire... Well, I wonder... It shouldn't heal them. I feel like the game, for at least Final Fantasy 1, is not at the point where it's truly upset about you, like, hitting something that casts fire with fire magic. It might not be as effective, but it's not going to, you know, have that much of a... It's not going to heal the enemies. And you can never heal past the cap. At least not that I'm aware of. Okay, let's go back and just attack. And they should be killed instantly. If we don't fall asleep, that is. Everyone's taking a break. And so after battle, again, one of those status ailments like sleep and darkness. There's... Okay, so now that was the way. Now we get to go 2 different ways. So that's the fork. So now we get to remember. Is there gonna be another fork? Yeah, sounds about right. I really hope there's not items in here. Oh, okay, so that fork just takes you back. That's good. Minotaur zombie. I feel like we can just melee these guys to death. I don't know, I just didn't feel too intimidated by them. Okay, so that's good to know that next one, you don't take the top fork because that just puts you in a circle, so we take the bottom one. And there's no way to go back. So let's just go follow the path. Thunder. Oh, so they cast not just fire, but thunder. Okay, that's not bad. You're doing some damage to us. I will say, the monk, when he gets darkness cast on him, he kind of looks like Johnny Cage. I don't know, just to me that's funny. Like, oh, it's Johnny Cage. Like, yeah, it's Johnny Cage. They also, I was watching YouTube. I was just watching, I don't remember exactly what I was watching. Something probably in Magic the Gathering. And there was a... Ooh. Sorry, that... Medusa. Okay, I'm very nervous about this because... Let's just cast some high-level magic. Because just in general, I don't want to get petrified. I don't want to even deal with that. I just want to move past it. Okay. So they didn't seem that powerful. This chest seems like it could have something in it. So let's quick save. Very anticlimactic. You're like, do you want something? Do you want something? Potion. Okay. Cool, I guess. Again, very anticlimactic, though. So yeah, but I need to make not a flow chart, but I need to keep track of these dungeons because there's how many ways can you go? My guess is this one goes back home. Oh, wow. Well, are you that scared of us? I mean, we're gonna end this quickly anyway, so thank you very much, Minotaur Zombies, but really appreciate you. I want to go here, and it's gonna transport me to the end. It's like, why'd you do that? It's gonna be right at the beginning. Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. And this time I'm gonna go the other way. Horn Devil. I'm gonna take my chances here. Just do some auto attacks. I feel like I may have run into them from last play session as well. Not sure. Just pummel him. Pummel the Horn Devil. Ooh, twice in a row. That feels good. It's almost like we have a double attack or something. I think in the original Final Fantasy, if you attacked an enemy and you had kind of like a double attack, or like, well, you can't actually dual wield. So I'm gonna go this way. Change things up. Is this gonna send me back? So there's only one way anyway? Yeah, okay, just sends me back. So good to know. That's a dead end. The other way is a dead end. So you just have to follow. That's actually good, right? So you just know they're only dead ends. There's nothing to be, you know, really concerned about. As opposed to, well, it actually forks off, and then it forks off again, and then it forks off again. You're like, okay, it's a lot of branching. So then over time, you just want to stop the branching. You just want to move forward. And then here, go to the bottom. Ooh. You know what? Let's get Giara. Let's defend. 87? So it's almost like the mob's outside. Oh, he's petrified though. Okay. No, he's not petrified. He's stunned. So that was actually quite, I think, quite good that I was able to cast that, because especially now that Gaines is unable to act. It's a lifesaver. Protect. But I'll say protect. Yeah, protect. I would. It just seems like Dia is actually the best spell I would say to have there. Booker can attack all undead enemies, and it's not even worth it to use Cure. This point in the game. Maybe early on, but. And this is the one. This can teleport us further. Okay. Only one way. And now, we're gonna get back to where we were before, where it branches. Oh, I didn't pick the right one this time. I'm gonna pick, maybe I'll do that one, see if it's a loop. See if it's a loop. Or we can get to a secret room. I wonder how brutal it'll be. Like, they're like, we're gonna loop you back to the very beginning. You're like, okay, that's a little mean. Wow, okay, that's fairly close to the beginning. So it's like you pick the right way or you don't pick the right way. There's only one choice. But at least you know. Alright, I think we're just gonna be able to kill them. I'm not too concerned. And yep. I wonder if it's just a simple auto attack. Similar to those, what were those? We fought those enemies earlier. What were they called? I'm gonna look them up actually, because it's bugging me. Configuration, bestiary. Is it cockatrice? Is that what they are? And they were not in the marsh. Yeah, oh, that was not fun at all. They were, yeah, cockatrice. Ooh. Yeah, that was the opposite of enjoyable. They were really deep in the Cavern of Earth, yeah. Or they were actually on the third floor of the Cavern of Earth. And actually, okay, how many monsters are we missing here? So we're moving up. We're almost at 100, but we're missing a lot of spots here. I wonder if we're missing some other, hopefully we'll see them. I would be very sad if we just don't find these monsters. Then you just, like, running around in circles, hoping that the RNG gods will say, yeah, you missed them, we'll help you out. Like, we really need you to, we really need you. See that? Okay. Let's go back this loop. Let's make this as long as possible. Okay, we got that item. Let's go just in. Ooh, Mind Flayer. Let's just defend. Holy sugar jets. Well. That was unexpected as hell. Wow, just Mind Flayer. Wow. Okay. That was terrifying. That was terrifying. I didn't know there were just instant death mobs. Well, I'm gonna say that. We got some Phoenix Downs. First time I've ever really needed to use Phoenix Downs, but wow. Was not expecting that. Was not expecting that at all. It was okay, it was just quite something. Man, this game, it's mean. It's like, just go back. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. I'm gonna clearly explore. Oh shit, shoot. No, can I? Okay. No, can we not use a Phoenix? Yes. Oh, I'm about to use a Phoenix down. That's the only problem with that. They'd use me like, good job, Phoenix down. Okay. You gotta remember these, Pat. If you don't, you're like, uh-oh. Did you pick the right one? Okay, so went there. Kind of terrifying. I feel I just want to flee. And I just want to thunder. Let's just cast. Okay, one's dead. Maybe there's a chance. Ooh. Oh, that's good. So thunder is the way. All right, white mage. Yes, that is excellent. Again, 26 more health for the black mage. Always good. Okay. So we did that one. So now, which one is it? It's only one of them. I think it's the top one. I don't. I think we're gonna go back. Oh, that's so mean. That's like the very beginning of the dungeon. This trial is just the trial of I don't know. That is mean. That is mean. This game, cruel, taking you back to the very first part. And now on top of that, you steal. All right, let's see what we got here. Got plenty of gold needles. And so, okay, interesting. Like, actually, just cast stone on you as opposed to attack. So it is an actual attack. It's not like the cockatrice just will attack you. Okay, that's good to know. So if they cast that, I said nope, instant. Whereas the cockatrice just seems like a random, you know, probability, just a random chance. That was a little strong. Straight. And the next one we're just gonna go straight down. Oh, sorry. This will take him then, and then that straight down, and that's the one closest. Sorry. Yep, that one. I decided to go through all the wrong ones. I thought it was the way to go. Could just auto battled that. Not sure why. I went through all the trouble. I do like the setup here. And what do I mean by the setup, right? That's a good question. So I like the dungeon. I think it's cool that there's some vines growing on the walls. You know, it's like, it's kind of maintained because obviously someone has to power these teleports, but it's not super well maintained. So because it's not super well maintained, you know, there's people doing things. Okay, like there's something going on here. Horn Devil. We're just gonna pummel you, and because of the speed, he's just gonna go back and oh, he actually cast earlier than I get to move. I will say, the single hit kills with the characters feel quite good. Okay, went there. Rakshasha! These actually seem weaker than the group Fyras that the last mobs were casting. Just don't even seem as powerful. Okay, now I've done that one and went the long. There's only. Okay. So now what I think I'm going to do. Here's what I think is going to happen. If I had to predict. And again, it's been a while since I played this game. What's going to happen is I'm going to hit this one. It's going to just warp me down below. I'm going to run across. Oh, I lied. I got here. And now I'm going to go. It'd be funny if this be like 7. Okay. Well, what kind of magic do we have? Dun 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 dun. Let's just cast Blizzard. Blizzara, sorry. Now this fire does more damage than. Yeah, this fire does more damage than the single target Fyras. Yeah, and interesting. Even their single target fires. That's weird to me. I looked away and did not see how much damage that did. That was very. I'm like, I'm just gonna drink some water at this inopportune moment. I'm just gonna cast Fire on them. I also probably should have healed Coggles. Oh yeah, I made a mistake. Coggles is now dead. Very dead. Oh. I mean, this is actually looking pretty bad for me here. Aerith will probably make it. Cause probably make it. I should have not done that though. I should have clearly not done the auto attack. And now he's gonna die. Yeah, I got pretty lucky on that. I should have said, let's go. Eye potion some folks. Let's Phoenix down. Coggles. You're back. It's okay, buddy. It's a rough spot there, but you're doing alright. Is it going to be another room full of teleporters? Ooh, no. King Mummy ambushed. Oh, well, this is some time for the white mage to shine here. You can cast Yara. I don't think this is a Diego. I think it's Yara. And you know what? I think we'll just defend with you. Dun 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 dun. How's it do? Fantastic. Way to go. And now a nightmare. Okay. Defend. A nightmare. I want to see, I don't know why. I just want to see these nightmares blinded. I just want to see them have, oh. Wouldn't it be so cool to see unicorns with sunglasses? Like, hey. Unicorn sunglasses. It's the way to go. It's how I like my enemies. To be very cool. Wearing shades. Ambushed. Healing staff. So how does this work though? A staff that casts heal when used. I want to equip this just because I want to see if I attack. Do I attack my party and heal them? Or do I attack the enemy and then it just heals when I attack? This is definitely something to investigate. I was using the flame sword the whole time when I could have clearly been using ice brand. But this is weird because it's imbued with the power of fire. And I go to my armor, right? And my armor's like guards against ice. So flame guards against ice. Then what was it? The ice. Okay, ice. So they're just opposite. They're just opposite each other. And does the flame actually say? I think it's kind of surprising that they just. What is it? Is there not a... There's only the shield and the mail. So now I'm using the ice brand to do fire damage, but it's also strange because the flame shield and the flame mail, they don't guard against fire. It's imbued with fire and guards against ice. I just guess that's confusing to me. All right. Medusa. All right, let's attack with her, obviously. It'd be funny if I can kill Medusa. Gaze. That's what it is. Gaze, not stun. Okay, so she attacked with the heal wand. So I want to attack again because it doesn't seem like anything's happening. Which, okay. Steel gloves, ice brand, ruby. Ooh, ruby armlet. You know who's gonna get the ruby armlet? But this guy right here. Well, actually, based on how much he gets attacked, do we think it's actually better to put the ruby armlet on the monk? Because we want him to stay up longer. I do feel like he gets attacked more. Let's try it on him for now. So, that's interesting too. The fact that when I'm wearing an ice brand, I couldn't see that I had other ice brands. Or when you have any... Okay. Let's just... Okay. Auto attack. But let's... Alright, I'm definitely going to try to attack my own party now. Can I attack my own party? Like, can I attack my own party with the heal rod? Monsters! Clay Golem! So these guys are, like, kneeling. Yeah. This is interesting. This is really interesting. They're just, like, right here, just, like, kneeling. And they're just like, huh. Okay. Let's attack. Yeah, let's just do regular attacks. I'm not too concerned. I'm not too concerned at all. I should probably be... Oh, you know, I'll cast Protect just in case. And what do I want to do? Let's see. I would like to... cast Fire. Maybe I'll kill them. Maybe they'll be really... Oh. See, sometimes you look at enemies and it's just like, Let's see here. Alright, Protera. I mean, that was overkill. It was completely unnecessary, right? But that's cool. This is actually pretty cool that I did that. I mean, my characters look good. Gauntlets. Just gauntlets. I can't even... Okay. Really? Alright. Item. Let's sort. Is this a weapon? So is this just a weapon? Oh, you know what? No? So do I just cast it from my inventory? Maybe that's what I do. Maybe I just cast it from my inventory. That's interesting. Let's see here. let's equip this. Let's do a quick save. And now what we can do is, what can we do instead? What can we do instead? I'm gonna try to see if I can actually cast. Ooh. I obtained a rat's tail. Okay. Dragon zombie. Well, we're gonna attack here, but we just saved. Does it use it permanently? Like, are the gauntlets gone now? Or is it just... Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. So no, oh my God. So no, the gauntlets are not used permanently, but let's see, they are then cast and you move forward. All right. So the healing staff, it's just instead of an attack, so you don't want to equip either of these. It seems like I can't even equip the gauntlets though. All right, well anyway, I completed this trial, so I could go back to Bahamut and I could get upgraded. That's cool. Are there any other corners I can go to? Did I have anything else? So I had to have the crown. And I'm trying to remember. I don't even remember when I got the crown. I got it at the very beginning of the game, though. Okay. Let's save. That was pretty quick. And that was really just resiliency, right? Because you had to go through. You had to... Oh, no. Let's make this smaller. It's a lot of tigers. I mean, obviously, I'm just going to cast the gauntlets again. I think that is kind of cool. Especially if you can use them forever and ever. It's like it's a move, especially if you're a, say, you know, if you're like a character that's just not going to do much damage, you're like, hey, let's do some damage. And for no magic cost, it's not exceptional, but it's something. It's better than a regular melee attack. All right, let's make that smaller. Much better. Very tiny. You can barely see it. I kind of want to go into the desert. Sandworm! Again, oh, that's really cool. Whoa! What? Just dead. Okay. Was not expecting that at all. That was good. That was... unexpected right there. That was nice and unexpected. You know, let's use, how many cottages do we have? I mean, that was a good reason to use a cottage. Just casually killed us. Just casually, boop. Okay. And let's save here. Are we gonna cheat and use it? So there's nothing over here. I should have done a more thorough scan when I was flying the airship, right? I should have. Beretta. Or Berta. I feel like this should still be there, and I feel like... How hard are these enemies? Okay. Ooh, 133. I'm glad I gave him the ruby armlet. He has yet to attack. Okay, that's good. They're not pushovers. We're definitely in an area where enemies are much more difficult than the trials. Sandworms. Preemptive strike, thank goodness. I do not want to deal with these guys casually killing me. It looks like... Okay, so this is completely sealed off. Okay, I can't go anywhere. Let's use the map. It looks like the only place... Oh, it looks like you could land. Okay. So from here, it looks like it could land in the airship on that desert in the lower right-hand corner, or will be the lower southeast corner. Okay. And then from there... Alright, that's good. That's good. Let's see. I could do that. And then, in addition... I could also land my ship. Looks like my airship on the west side, up there. Seems like if I don't want to go back immediately to Bahamut, that I can go to that tower though. And judging based upon, we have the fire crystal, we have the earth crystal. What about the water and the wind crystal? Perhaps in the middle of the desert, it's quite windy. Could be the wind crystal. Oh, chew. I just continue casting these magic spells. Probably should... Ooh. Ah, our good old friend poison. We should take care of that. And wait to go around, go back to the airship. They don't even want to fight me. They're like, we're fleeing. But that's a big hit right there. Actually, I want you to cast Healing Staff. What have we got here? I mean, not great, but if you're in real dire straits, you're completely out of mana, you're just not prepared at all, I guess it could be okay. I take it. I think we just, when we level up, I think we now started hitting for 10 hits. Before I think we were at 8. I think we might have just completely skipped over 9. And my main fighter is still only hitting for 6 hits. No, 5 hits. With the Ice Brand, I think maybe hit once. Okay, he hit for 6. So maybe when he leveled up, he went up to 10. That's quite good. Yeah, okay, so solid 6 hits seems to be his base right now. That's good. So I know we can go back to Bahamut, but you know what? I don't need to do that yet. I want to go down here, see if I can even get there. Can I land here? The answer is yes. Let's see if we can go here into this massive tower. Fight these Berettas. I think we'll just defend. You can cast Fire. 181. That's... Ooh. These guys are not messing around. These guys hit really hard. I mean, is it even worth defending? I'll probably die anyway. Yeah. That was a defense. I still get it for like 1. These guys hit like trucks, like just running over us. Okay. Debatably, I might want to go, yeah, 352 gil. I probably can get some more, I probably can go get some more Phoenix Downs, but I'm curious if I can go here yet. Oh, I can't even get in. Won't even let me in. No explanation. So I'm able to fly there. But they're just not interested in chatting with me. And the other place looks like the town. Excuse me. Looks like the town to the east on that little island, like nothing. Like just nope. Nothing there. So I guess I've got to go back. Do I have a magic? Oh no. Okay, I can also get new magic if, ooh, these guys are probably even worse. I just imagine they're even worse. Well, you killed me last time. Let's just use Firaga. 142. Oh yeah, these guys are. Ooh. All right. Well, how much these do? But one. Yeah, this seems like these guys are maybe a little bit too high level for me. I also hope though that I can just get a ton of experience for attacking them. 3,000. Okay. 1,300 per character, of course. Okay, so bigger risk, bigger reward. Tyrannosaur. It'd be funny if he just roars and it's like we're dead. One hit 99. Okay, that seems quite good considering that that is the warrior. The fighter. I don't call it warrior. Okay, he has a lot of. Okay. And there's nothing. We can't land here, right? Like, it'd be great. So here's the question: can I actually? There's no ports either. I will say it's so nice that I don't have to worry about fighting or flying the airship. Ooh, that would not be fun. I wonder if there's a modification later where I can fly the airship. Okay, so I can technically land here. They really just want to make me work to go to that town. So I'm going to now work and go to this town. I wonder if they're trying to tell you that the enemies are so Winterwolf. Okay. This seems like a great opportunity to use the gauntlets. And this seems like a very good opportunity to Firaga. Okay, how much is it? Like 12 damage? Okay, that's actually fairly effective. These guys are definitely doable. That's a very cool spell effect. Seems incredibly powerful, a little over top. Earthquake felt really good. Based upon even those wolves there, I don't. Oh, so these guys are on. All right. Let's see. You can use gauntlets. Yeah, these guys were on par with I want to say the dungeon we were in earlier. I think the trolls. These guys were in the Earth Cavern, weren't they? I think these. Yeah, they're not that difficult. Were the trolls in the Earth Cavern, or were they actually in the fire? The volcano. I just remember. I think they were in the Earth Cavern. So I remember making silly comments about their pose. It's like these guys have some interesting poses. So that's probably what it is. But already finishing the trial, that felt pretty quick. It didn't feel like a dungeon that was too densely packed, too much going on. All right, and now we're gonna see what's in this town. I think it'll be really funny if it's only white magic and black magic spells that can be bought for like higher levels. Oh, Lufinia. Lupa Gamhito. Lupa Gamhito. Let's take a peek at your reflection in the water. Oh, you're filthy. Use this to wash up. But there's no. I like how this game casually trolls you. Oh. Now the question is, are they actually trying to speak a different language and that's how they decided to translate it? Or is this yeah, I think they're just speaking a different language and you don't actually have something to understand them. Yeah, they're all speaking a different language and you don't have the ability to translate it right now. I wonder if there's someone. Yeah, so I need to get a Rosetta Stone like item or something like that. Okay, I can't go into any of these places. Yeah, basically completely useless. Completely useless. Maybe there's one NPC. So they look very angelic. They look like angels to me. Yeah, I don't think. Okay. Yes, I think that's. I'm trying to say like they're speaking a different language. And even their buildings, they can't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure right now this is a dead end. and I have to come back. Yeah, and I imagine when you have the correct item, you'd be able to talk to this NPC. Let's see if we can go down any further. Okay. Probably not. Maybe. Wyvern. This looks... We fought them before? I don't know. Oh, okay. I hit by one. I just get very... Well, yeah, that's fine. Also, these wyverns, they don't have any, like, front... They don't have any front claws or anything. There's, like, we just have wings. And some scary look... The tongues are pretty long, too. I don't know if they've been genetically modified or what's going on with them, but I imagine there's some things happening. I probably could have just tried to use an antidote in battle. Let's see if it works. I'm about to use it outside of battle. Yes! Oh, look at that. I'm saved myself some valuable time post-battle. Not bad. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to the airship. We can't go to that tower. We can't go to, yeah, we can't go to the tower. There's nothing we can do in the village. I feel like the village in some way is related to the, yeah, I think the village is in some way related to that tower. But whatever it is, there's clearly a Rosetta Stone or something. You're so big. You're so big, Matt. Let's make you a little smaller. Gigas. So now when we go back, I think we can actually just take the ship all the way to the east, so then I'll cross over, and then from there we can go to a new area. Winter Wolf, preemptive strike. That feels good. Nice. Okay, it's 28 more health. Ooh, nice 4 gains. Okay, that's really nice. 30 more, 32 more health, 3 more health. You're like, and the Black Mage, how much you get? You get, we'll give you a little. Don't get greedy, Black Mage. Don't get greedy. We'll give you a little bit, okay? These guys scare me, because if you don't kill them, Earthquake and just can casually destroy your party. Like, don't worry, we're just gonna just murder your entire party. Why? It just seems like the right thing to do. Okay. So what I said I was gonna do. Oh, and also, okay, this is. Is that gonna? Huh. There could be something there. Like, that could be a dungeon that I have to use my rowboat to get to. Because I think this is inland. I think I can go across this. So at this point, I think that's kind of the only place I can actually go. That town. I could upgrade my characters right now. Yes, I could. But I think I'm going to level them up a little bit. I'm not in a hurry. And I think I can probably stop right here. Yep. And after this, I do need to get some, I just feel it's probably best to get Manicore. Poison darts! They really like to poison us. That's their goal. Okay. I don't think we've seen Manicore before. They don't seem that dangerous. I just seem rather annoying, right? Like, whenever there's not any of the poisons, I'm not necessarily upset. I'm just kind of, yeah, there we go. All right, let's go up here first. Or actually, you know, let's go to the town. There could be some items. I do need to buy some Phoenix Downs. I do need to put myself in a better place. So I'll do that. And then, once I get some items, once I upgrade, then I can go into that waterfall. On rack. Yes, an item shop. That's fantastic. Hello? Welcome. You know, I'm not going to cap out, but I definitely think I want to get some more high potions. Phoenix Down. This is what I'd rather spend most of my money on. 10,000. I have not that much money. Echo Grass, just I guess. You know, before I go crazy on this though, let me see if there's some spells or some equipment before I go crazy, right? That's probably a smart idea. Oh, look at my legs. Aren't they wonderful? I love having legs. Look, did you see that move I just did? This village doesn't seem like these are humans. The Underhill fella from the cavern had something very weird for sale. You ever hear of something called Oxyale? I am going to write that down. I have not. I am clearly going to mark down though. Okay. Mark that down. They say the shrine sank into the sea 200 years ago. Now there are mermaids living there, or so the story goes. It's a well. It looks like you can climb inside, but you can't really. I think would be funny though if they said every single well has a different different dialogue just to mess with you. The Underhill fella from the cavern had something. Caravan. That's something very weird for sale. Out of me way, blasted. I haven't been able to catch me a single fish. How am I supposed to keep food in my plate in my belly? Kappa's been spreading some nonsense story about how he saw a shining thing fall out of the sky. It's a gravestone. It's a gravestone. It's a gravestone. It's a gravestone. My guess is they're all gravestones. They say this used to be a beautiful village until about 200 years ago. Okay. I don't remember what the great sages said, but they said something very specific about a time period involving like a certain time period, and that like certain enemies are those legs really yours? People in this game are very interested in legs. Okay, I can't get that until I upgrade. That's a bummer. Hopefully. Yes, guarding against instant death sounds amazing. Sounds really quite good. I feel like I'm in the right place if I can buy level 7 spells. My father's with the caravan. Right now, they're over in the desert to the west. They usually pitch camp by the forest near the north of the desert. I hope he comes home soon. They're over in the desert to the west. They usually pitch camp by the forest near the north. Okay, so I feel like I can maybe go to there. You have the look of a warrior about you. I'm a warrior myself, on a pilgrimage to the Citadel of Trials during the recognition of the Dragon King. I must return with a token provided my strength and courage. I don't think you're really in the right place for that. Hi, my name's Cope. You want to hear about the shining object I saw? I think it fell somewhere near the waterfall to the north. No one believes me, but I think it was some kind of mechanical creature. Okay. I wanted to save the mermaids living on the seafloor, so I made this submarine out of a barrel. But when I went underwater, I started running out of air. I couldn't breathe. It's totally useless. Even worse, it's dangerous. You better keep away. It makes me feel like if I get that object, I can use the submarine. 200 years ago, the shrine of Anrak flourished. It brimmed with the power of water. I ask of one thing of you. Please restore that power to its former grace. So Anrak seems like an incredibly diverse village from people all over the world, which I really appreciate. I'm liking this. You're filthy. The sunken shrine is said to be filled with riches. Silver, gold, diamonds, even tablets describing lost languages and civilizations. Okay, so the idea would be you go to the waterfall, you get an item, you go in the submarine, and then you go into the sunken shrine. You're able to recover this tablet that allows you to translate or talk to the NPCs in the village over there. Long ago, an ancient race known as the Sky People used a language called Lufenia. Yeah, Lufenia. My brother Un would always tell me how he'd figure out how to speak it if only he had the Rosetta Stone. I also love the fact that they mentioned Rosetta Stone. Like, yep, you want a Rosetta Stone. Which is a great way to translate everything. Okay. So I feel like this village has been very beneficial. This is interesting, though. My father's with the caravan. Right now, they're over in the desert to the west. Pitch camp at the forest near the north in the desert. I'm going to write that down. Okay. Pitch camp by the forest near the north. I hope he comes home soon too. My guess is I'm the only one that will help him do that. Okay. Anything else here? So waterfall, caravan. Something very weird for sale. So I feel like I want to go to the caravan. So there's a sunken shrine. Look at my legs. Aren't they wonderful? I love having legs. Look, look. Did you see that move I just did? I don't know what's going on with that, but that's different. Okay. Well, the desert to the west. I can attempt to go back there. Not go back there. I can attempt to go there, get that item, and then also go to the waterfall. So let's go to the caravan first. Ooh, this is the first time I think I've seen an ice gigas. No, that's not true. I'm sure I saw the ice gigas. Yeah, there's no way it's the first time. I'm sure I saw him in the when I was in the ice cavern earlier. Not true. This seems like a weird graphic. Like, can I not just paddle my rowboat into there? I don't think we've seen a worm before. But I'm probably wrong. Alright, what's in the desert? Okay, where's ambush? Let's see what they've got. 46, not bad. Solid 6 and 10 now is nice. I'll take that. Okay, there's the caravan. Welcome. Bottled Fairy. Sure. Thanks. Welcome. Ooh, cool. Temporarily raises agility. Temporarily raises max HP. This is kind of cool. Eh. That's cool. Alright, let's go into our inventory now and look at key items. So, the canoe we absolutely need for moving around. The mystic keys to open those doors. Loot, let's give it a straw. The crown actually allowed us to start the trial to get the rat's tail. Levy stone allows us to actually lift the airship. The earth rod lets us move forward in the earth cavern. And the bottled fairy, we're not sure about. My guess is, though, if I had to make a guess, can we go explore here at all? And that's it? Alright. Is that the whole reason there's a desert here? There's a desert. There's one guy in a caravan. I don't know. I feel like a caravan usually implies... We've fought this guy before. I feel like a caravan normally implies like multiple, you know, groups of people together or something like that. But, I don't know. Alright, let's go toward the waterfall. I wonder if the fairy is kind of like a key. Like, oh my gosh, I'm a water fairy. Let me back home. Let me get home. Or we'll let you gain entry if you bring our lost sister back home or something like that. I don't know. That just seems like what I would connect with the lore. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Waterfall cavern. Let's just quick save. All right. Let's see what we got. Do the bats still say Kiki? Oh. And... Okay, King Mummy. I'm not too... Kiki! Alright. I think the fact that we can just cast that spell indefinitely is pretty nice. Let's go back to high potions. That's fantastic. Just don't use any mana, and I can just use the gauntlets. Like that's pretty cool. Now, if that spell was not able to be, yeah, like this is great. Now, granted, the white mage now doesn't seem to have a role because her role effectively would just be. I mean, effectively her role is casting Giara or Dia or something like that, so she's not as effective. But still, she's doing something. Nice, Bram. We're tearing through stuff right now. I haven't seen anything that's anything that's like really an undead. Let's try now. Haste. Oh, these guys are just bent over, and they look like they kind of have like an X-Men kind of I don't know, like they're the Sentinels. That is what I want to say. They look like they're from X-Men, like the Sentinels from X-Men. All right, make sure to cure that poison. Yes. See, now I no longer have 99. I can get more. Uh-oh, Pyrolisk. I'm concerned. Okay, so they cast Gaze. Alright, well they're... Even though they ambush us, they're not doing very well. So that gives me a little bit of faith. I will say, killing a clay golem immediately like that feels good. The battles feel, I don't know, just like the fact the battles are just boom, done. It is the auto battle is such a huge quality of life improvement. You can sit back, hit a button, and you're good. You're like, oh, yep, let's go take care of these enemies. I can sit back, I can kind of like think about what I'm gonna do next, like make sure I'm navigating through the map the next best way. Now I could just cheat. I could use the maps and just say, okay, where am I going next? And that's not a terrible way to navigate, but I feel like it's not how the game was originally designed. I will say, if you want to be a completionist, that'll make sense. Wouldn't it be if one of these bats was like a secret boss or like gave you an item? Like, you can talk to like all the bats. You can't get the best items in the game, sorry. Oh, hey, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Thanks for jumping in, Eric Choi. Good to have you. I was ignoring my chat for a second there. I am sorry about that. Thanks for hopping on and saying hi. How are you doing? So I'm just to catch up with what I'm doing, I'm about halfway. I'm about halfway through Final Fantasy 1. You know, the goal to try and be the just, you know, try and like get through this and play all the Final Fantasies, see how I've got this stuff going on. And so I'm having a good time. I have just jumped into this, basically it's like the waterfall cavern. And I need to go through here because there's an object. A townsperson told me, cop told me there's an object here. So I'm gonna go try to get it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you liking my energy. I try, you know, even if I'm not chatting with anyone, I like to explain what's going on, what I'm up to, and just shut up. I hope you had restful, restful day, and that things are treating you well. It's a good way to start the weekend. Good way to start the weekend, just waking up. Also giving me energy. I got this cute little coffee cup. I found on Etsy. The Moogle, the Chocobo. Oh my gosh, the Tonberry, and this cacti. It's pretty small. So small, in fact, that I actually have to have like a refill next to me. But I like it. By refill, I mean literally. I literally have like just coffee I need to like pour into this from another mug because it's just not very big. But that's okay. Let's do something a little bit different here. Let's try to... Yeah, I think we need a heal. So I'm actually going to use the healing staff, which you can use over and over, which is awesome. I'm just going to use Gauntlet Scam. So let's go. So I'll heal everybody a little bit. Yes, that's a good question. So I got on Etsy. I was just looking. There were a bunch of really cool cups on Etsy. So this one I think was after shipping. This one was... I think like 20 with shipping, like 22, which was not bad. Like with the design, I really appreciate what they did. And in addition, there were some other ones. I was looking at one. Ooh, this take me down. There were just like sprites of the original Final Fantasy. Yeah, the original Final Fantasy, like all like this, like these characters basically, like the fighter, the monk, the white mage, black mage. They also had red mage and thief. So it was pretty cool. I was quite happy that I was quite happy I could find. There was a lot of stuff though. If you were like genuinely interested in cool nerd gear, nerd cups, I will say that there's no shortage of awesome products on Etsy, and I appreciate that. And I like supporting when possible. I like supporting independent artists now because it's just, I don't know, it makes things so much more interesting to me. I'm going to cast, let's see, these guys. I need to maybe actually try a little bit with this fight because I have 6 enemies that can petrify me, turn me to stone. And we're just gonna cast Kill Undead, and then he is gonna cast, let's do Thunder, just because this could go south real quick with 9 enemies. I don't think I've ever seen more than 9 enemies at once. But okay, so far so good. So hopefully this will take out the whole front line of the undead enemies, because it's gonna miss. That's fine. I'm not too worried about the King Mummy. And this should probably finish everybody else off. Woo! Alright. Splendid. I will take it. Wizard Staff? Ooh. Oh, you know what? I bet you Wizard Staff is like the other items where you can cast something with it. Ooh. I can cast Confuse on the enemies. I've really been enjoying casting Thundara. And you can see it over and over. Ribbon. Now, is that what I think it is? And guards against elemental attacks and status effects. So the way I understand that, like in all the other Final Fantasy games, I didn't know they introduced it in 1, but it basically means that you can't be petrified, you can't be poisoned, you can't be insta-death. I feel that one might be best. Yeah, on the white mage. I feel it's between the white mage and the fighter though, because if he only loses 5 defense, but he just can't get poisoned, I'm gonna put on him because he can't get poisoned, he can't get petrified, all these other things. I think that's all just like a net positive. Okay. And I want to try the Wizard Staff. Gil is Gil. Defender. Ooh, this is probably a new weapon. It's not. Oh, Defender is not a new weapon. Is it a shield? Is it a... Okay, what's the Defender? What is the Defender? What? Okay, why? Interesting. Yeah, it feels like... Am I just not seeing it? Oh, you know what? I wonder if... So I wonder if a defender is only a weapon that an upgraded class can use. I have a little strategy guide I printed up recently that goes into all the details, but I don't know. Let's talk to this guy. I have been waiting. Take this cube. Tiamat Flying Fortress, please. Warp cube. Ooh. Okay. Buzzword. Buzzword. He's been waiting. That's what he's waiting there for the whole time. He just wanted to give me that. This seems like very quick. There's not much else. Yeah. You know, let's try to use that. Oh, you know what? I feel you should be able to equip this though. With some of these you can't confuse. Let's try confuse. Let's see if this is any good. Snort. Snort? Why are these nightmares snorting things? What does snort do? What? Mithril hammer. Okay. Confuse. I wonder if he's just gonna attack. Oh, so snort. He just basically blinded him. Interesting. Okay, let's go up top, see if there's anything else. Yeah, I feel like confuse on the enemies is not going to be as good as Thundara. And especially for the white mage, I need to go back to maybe confuse and Thundara. It's going to keep missing, so it's not very... Alright, let's then go here to, yeah, let's just have her cast... Let's try both. Worst that happens is we just are unnecessarily using it. That's totally okay. Alright. But that was cool that they mentioned Tiamat, because Tiamat, if you're unfamiliar, is a monster that's been pretty consecutive in Final Fantasy lore. Like a very, very powerful creature. So I'm curious to see how they portray Tiamat. It's been a long time. I don't actually remember. I'm gonna cheat. Did I get everything? Yes, yes I did. Okay. I don't like doing that, but it just makes me feel like let's not get petrified here. These fights are always a little dangerous to me because I feel like you get petrified and then all this time in a dungeon you're just like dead just because of RNG. It just seems, I mean, it's fine. They have to find ways to kill you, but you could just get very unlucky. And it's like, is there a, oh, get rid of that map. Get out of here. Let's not cheat. What is this, Zelda or something? Unbelievable. I don't know. It is one of those things that you're older, it takes you longer to get through dungeons, and you realize it's nice. It's nice to have a map. But there is, if you're trying to emulate, I guess, kind of like the old school feel to Final Fantasy, not having a map, it feels kind of nice. Feels good. Okay, and now we, a green dragon. This dragon looks, I think, probably like the coolest dragon I've seen. I like the wings. I love how they captured the art style, even though they upgraded it with Pixel Remaster. It looks so good. And now I'm gonna kill you, probably in one hit. So it's kind of anticlimactic after I appreciate your art style, but it's all good. And now we're out. Let's save. Yay. So Flying Fortress. So where is a Flying Fortress? That's the question. Oh, okay, one of them is confused. Yes, he attacked his friend. That was cool that it actually worked. Is he gonna become unconfused now? No, he still stays confused. Oh, that's great. Even when he's hit with a group magic spell, he stays confused. See, that's cool. That is nice. Tiamat Flying Fortress. And now I gotta figure out, I'm gonna go heal up over here. Just cause, you know, you gotta go to the inns. You gotta keep them in business. You ever worry about later you're gonna come back and like, oh, well, I'm not gonna be in business if I don't stay there. I should stay the night. Looks like it's an establishment. They've invested a lot of money. Probably had some renovations recently. Can I talk to this guy and tell him? I think it fell somewhere near the waterfall to the north. No one believes me, but I think it was some kind of mechanical creature. You were right. Alright, let me go look at this one item I just got. Warp Cube. A multi-hued substance. Alright, so now I absolutely need So I think that right now going back to Lufenia is not the way to go. I think that's going to be until we get to the submarine, then to get the Rosetta Stone, then I can translate it. For now, I believe the best way to go forward is probably, I don't know, I'm a little uncertain. Let me look at my map. I think it's nice that they have the little diamonds there too, so you can tell one's an airship, one's a regular ship. That's docked, but you can't tell it's docked. Let's see here. And there's no other places in the north you can dock them either. Well, I can always go back to Bahamut, do the trials, or just get the upgrade, which is not a bad idea at this point necessarily. Flying Fortress, is that in the desert? Is that supposedly the Flying Fortress? It doesn't look like it's flying. Doesn't really look like a fortress to me either. But at the same time, I don't know where else I can actually go. I think that's it. I think that's it at the moment. So I think I'm going to try to go there. So let's go back to our airship. And see what happens. And can we confuse them now? Can we confuse them? Oh. Oh, wait, is the confusion spell actually little chocobos too? I didn't catch that. That's so great. And he's so confused he will even attack himself, even if his friend's gone. Confuse, that's a fun spell. I think it makes sense that it has a low probability to hit, because when it does that. That's awesome. That's very cool. Alright. Up into the airship, listen to this wonderful airship music. Nothing up here. Ooh! Ooh, why didn't I go here? I didn't even see this village. What's going on in this village here? Let's go say hi. Looks like it's kind of destroyed to me. Gaia. Alright, let's check my inventory. What did I lose? Still have the warp cube. Still have the rat's tail. New levy stone. We definitely lost something, but I don't know what it is, which is unfortunate. So the loot, loot of head, crown of head, earth levy stone, warp cube, rat's tail. This is gonna make me so sad that I can't remember all the items I have that I just literally looked at. Outsiders often call our town the Eye of the Hawk. To our south is an ancient city known as Wing of the Hawk. Have you visited the Wing of the Hawk? I can't understand the word they say there. Ah, okay. They're the Wing of the Hawk and the Eye of the Hawk. I don't believe it. You're outsiders, aren't you? How did you make it up this high in the mountains? Can you fly or something? Nah, that's impossible, right? I did kind of fly to you. I did do that. That's what happened. My dad was always telling me how the castle to the west was a place to test your courage. I appreciate that. That's good. A fairy was living... Ah, it was the fairy! A fairy was living at our spring, but I haven't seen her lately. I wonder what's happened to her. Obviously you bought that fairy, and now you can go see the fairy. I saw a shining light fly off to the west in the night sky. I know I saw it. Okay. So I think that shining light is referring to the warp cube. Let's see if we can actually upgrade some stuff now. Cat's claws. If I had a thief, this would be cool. That's definitely for a thief. Ruby armlet. Yup. We should get a couple more of these. 100% protect ring. A ring that guards against instant death. This seems like the best item possible. Considering that Earthquake is just boom, and Mind Flayer is boom. Let's do it. I could have equipped it in that menu, but I didn't do it. Okay. Optimal. 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 We're gonna go back to the ribbon now. And now, I don't want to do optimal for this guy, but I feel like guarding against instant death seems worth it to me. We'll see if it lowers his evasion 1. I'm actually curious about damage he's gonna do. Because the thing that's interesting about the scaling of the monk is that you never want to have him equipped with an item. I'm sorry, a weapon. You just never want to do that. Is this a broom? I love it. White mage. Karaja. Jaja. Okay, I need to upgrade to get any of these spells. And how much are they? I can afford them both. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so I can at least get this. Let's do it. Let's get the next level of Blizzara. I love it, I love it. I'm all for it. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Oh my god! The whole time, I have not been streaming the game. I've just been talking. I am insane. This is really embarrassing. Let's play the game, guys. Maybe we should actually play the game. Might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. There we go. Wow, wow. That's amazing. I've just been talking to myself about the game the whole time. Just been like really intensely talking to myself about the game the whole time. It'd be good if I understood how to use OBS. That is fantastic. I am dying. I am dying. Oh, it has been quite the weekend. I've only been playing for an hour and a half. Okay, so what the hell was I just doing? So basically, if we go... Oh, how sad. How sad. How amusing and how sad. He did. You're just like seeing me talk about everything and just hearing me like vicariously. It's like a storyteller. You get to vicariously live through my voices. That's quite something. That's really quite something. Anyway. So basically I was over here at the Waterfall Cavern, found that green dragon, went through this dungeon. It was quite easy. Just plowed through it. And then after that, I ended up going to, I'm still dying over that. I ended up now going to this place right here, this city, which is called Gaia, or just Earth, right? And I now found that there is a fairy that I rescued as well, and so I need to find this fairy. So I'm trying to find this fairy, see if the fairy is going to be thankful. There's a tower in the Yakim Desert that no one can enter. Some people think it's nothing but a mirage, so it's called the Mirage Tower. No one can say for sure, though. Alright, I need to go there, too. Legends say the sky people could soar through the sky and build castles above the clouds. Okay, so I need to somehow go there, too. Quincy's probably just sitting there listening to me talk, like, man, you're just talking a lot, Daniel. But, like, are you gonna, like, show us the gameplay? Amazing. Simply amazing. Oh, I'm dying. I can't. Okay, I think I finally need to upgrade my characters. Because I can't even buy spells. All talk, no gameplay. It's like, this guy, what does he think he is? Like a Twitch, he's not well known on Twitch. He's just talking all the time. He's just like, let me explain the game to you while I'm playing it. Let me not actually show you the gameplay. Let me just walk you through it. That would be quite a theme, right? Be like, this guy is just, let me narrate Just put me on like a, you know, Spotify in the background. Let me just narrate everything. Oh, that's great. They say a special water called Oxio gushes from the bottom of our spring, but only fairies can draw it out. Okay, so now I need to get that. Ah, okay. So now I need to go talk to this fairy. That would be quite the channel. Be like, what do you do? Be like, I just talk to people. I just walk them through everything I'm doing. Okay, let me see where this fairy is. I caught the fairy, so I figure she's mine to do with it I please. What's the big deal? So I sold her to the caravan. So what? I rescued her, okay? I rescued her. We don't need to resurrect anyone right now. Where is this fairy? Where is this fairy that I rescued? Okay, that's the way out of the village. Let's go back in. It's not really a village. I'd say it's definitely a town. It's not. It's clearly not a hamlet. It's pretty big. Yes, I agree. Showcasing gameplay is probably the way to go. I think it's probably a vastly superior way to talk to your folks. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for saying hi. I greatly appreciate you. And I hope I see you in the future. Take it easy, man. Here's the fairy. You're the one who rescued me from the bottle. I did. I'm sorry about running away, but I was just so scared. I understand. I'll get you some oxale from the bottom of the spring to make up for it, okay? Well, thank you. I've seen oxale. So this thing right here, this is actually going to power the submarine. Air will flow out of that water for as long as you have it. Nice. So basically this is going to allow us to go and use the submarine. Okay. So I'm quite excited I figured this out. But I think the question is, should I go back to Bahamut and upgrade? Is there any benefit to not upgrading? I haven't researched this, but I know that in old versions of Final Fantasy 1, there were benefits to not actually upgrading your characters. Let's see. Go back to that town. Or, you know what, I think we can do without. So let me see if there's no place I can land. I gotta land up here. And then go down. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. I was having so much fun explaining the beauty of actually having an item called the Gauntlets, which let me cast Thundara over and over. Okay, and Confuse, super cool. Like this is quite nice that I have an item that just lets me cast all of this mana free. Like that's great that they implemented that in this game. I love it. Okay, and now I can make my map smaller. There we go. And now we can go. Now we'll just go back to the town. We're gonna go underwater. We're gonna see the mermaids, and that's gonna then take us. That's gonna then allow us to talk to Sid, I believe, and the others, and Lufenia, which apparently is another city of the Hawk. Interestingly. So that'll be good. Okay. So now that I'm here, I need to go down, and I need to say hello to her. You have Oxale? I do. Oxyale? I do have Oxyale. You are the ones we've been waiting for. Please save the mermaids. Oh. So is she a ghost? What is she? And is this just a one-way dungeon? Cool. Very cool. The Sunken Shrine. This music is actually quite good too. Oh, a sea troll and a sea scorpion. So they're reusing the art, but it's pretty good art. And are they weak to... Oh, they're both confused. Are they both going to attack each other? That's great. I think that's a good strategy. But yeah, this music is good. A white shark. Not a great white shark, just a little white. Just a wee bit. But some of this music for these games. Oh, and now, first time I've seen a sea snake. And now this new snake is definitely gone. I do like how when they're confused too, that you watch their animation just like do a you know, a flip, let you know like they're confused. Like these like subtle visual cues. Okay. I'm gonna go through this again, and I think it was little chocobos. It's the first time I've seen like a chocobo. Is it a chocobo? I feel like it was little chocobos. It's a very cool effect. There's no way that that was present in the original game. Oh, my favorite effect. Okay. Alright, antidote. Oh yeah. 2,000 gil. I could have done without that chest, but that's okay. Do you smell blood in the water? Because there's some sharks. No, they're still attacking me. Yes, those are little chocobos. That's so great. Oh, and I was confused. He took more damage too. 3 more HP. Better than no HP. Ooh, this is... Flee. They don't even want to fight me. That's unfortunate. We barely even spent much time together. Okay. Also, the simple fact that when you hit them with magic, they don't become unconfused is interesting too. So you could just cast magic on them, and they're like, "Oh no, who cast that? I had no idea." Just kidding. Okay. Ooh, Water Naga. She's new. And the fact that I have an item to cast Confuse means that I'm gonna cast it way more than I would have. Like before I'd be like, nah, I'm not casting this. Now it's like, oh, it's free? No mana? Just fire away. Oh, I love it. I love it. It would be cool if there was a way you could program it, kind of like Gambits in Final Fantasy 12, where the enemy is going to just like, or like your characters, even through the auto battle, are not going to attack the same monsters. That would be nice. Or like, we're gonna prioritize monsters that are different. Okay. Oh man, this... good times, good times. I'm enjoying just running through here. And this, I don't know, it's, now that I've found these 2 items, I feel like my strategy has just become auto battle, continue to cast Thundara unlimited number of times because it does more damage, even if it takes a little bit longer. And so it's kind of put me on this dangerous, I would say, a slightly dangerous kind of like autopilot, like, yeah, we're fine, and just running through everything. Am I enjoying the dungeon? Let's see if this works here. Yeah. I think get up, do some stretching, go grab some food, things like that if I needed to. I'm not going to. I'm gonna still stay here and watch this. But yeah, Thundara, there you go. Beautiful. But instead of having to actually spend your mana as well, that's huge. So my characters just slowly become more and more powerful. That poor great white shark. And even after he attacks himself, he didn't become unconfused. He's like, should I? Boom, 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 up there. Now here's the question. Do I want to go up or do I want to go down? Because before, I was going down. But now I feel like I want to go up. I'm really not sure the best way. I actually don't even... Oh, I'm looking for the, fourth floor. What I am looking for, though... I get rid of that. What I am looking for, though, I know, is we're looking for the tablets. We're looking for the Rosetta Stone. So this connection makes sense. And now that we're here, it seems like we're rolling through stuff. Worm Killer. Just casually dropping stuff that helps me kill worms. Okay. Okay, can't connect there. Water elementals look like tornadoes. Okay, I would have thought those would be wind elementals, but hey, they could be cyclones. Right, we'll give it to them, right? They could be, or like, they could be not really tsunamis, not really waves. Like, that could be something powerful, perhaps. And then let's just use Thundara. Wow. Look at all those guys that are confused. You're gonna be dead anyway, but you're all confused. Water elementals, dude. They didn't even want to fight me. Like, hey, can you just let us go? Nice. Diamond armor. The only character that can equip this for sure would be him. But I wonder if... Armor crafted from diamond that guards against lightning. I truly think that I have to upgrade now. After this dungeon, I am gonna go upgrade. It's optional, but if you want to use all of the armor and all the equipment, it seems like it's just required at this point. Turned you to my team, and then I pummeled you anyway. Okay. Yeah, I want to use... So the white sharks actually cannot be killed in one hit unless you're the monk right now. So still having that ooh, ghost. You know, I probably could have had them cast Yara. I probably could have had Eva cast Yara. Yeah, because these guys hit. These guys are not goofing around, they're hitting. Alrighty. There we go. Let's see, should I use it? Check there, check there, check there, check there. Let's go back that, and then I think we got... Deep Eyes. What are you doing, Deep Eyes? Poor shark. So confused. Got turned around there. Alright. A little bit more. Oh, that's nice for gains. Okay. 31 more HP is good. Especially considering that I get hit for a lot. A light axe. An axe that is effective against the undead. Huh. So this could be an item when used. So is this an item that you pull from inventory though? I'm trying to understand that. Because here, let's see. We have gauntlets, gloves that cast Thundara when used. Based upon that, I think the light axe is... I think that when there's a bunch of undead, I can give that to Eva. Oh, look at those two. Whoa, so many items. So many items I've not gotten. Unbelievable. Bam, 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 bam. Is there only one way? Okay. What's the best way forward? So I want to try... I'm going to wait for undead, and I'm going to try an undead. So I think when you're facing undead, it's just far better to cast that. And it seems like, you know, if you have magic with Eva, with the white mage, definitely cast it. But if not, Mage's Staff, does that also cast something? Cast. So okay, the Wizard Staff is going to be Confused. The Gauntlets are going to be Thundara. Mages are going to be Fyra. So I think it's cool they gave you quite a few options. I mean, at this point, how effective is Confuse? Is Confuse more effective than having Poggles cast Fyra? That's the question. That's the real question. Alright. Let's see what Fyra does now to these guys. Okay. There we go. I think maybe for my next stream too, I should actually try to move my camera. Just seems like, yeah. It just seems like it's not in the best place. Like it doesn't cut off a lot, but just thinking about it, right? Like you're not seeing, like you see, like you're still getting some of the some things cut off. It's not exceptional. Like you're getting all the enemies, pretty much all the graphics, but you're still getting that little bit cut off. Maybe on the left-hand side I could have a bar or something like that. When I just like make my section smaller, and then I could have something. I think that might be a good idea. I'm gonna fiddle with that before next stream. And now this is a perfect opportunity, actually, to cast Light Axe. Now let's see how this goes. But this is actually a really good opportunity to cast Light Axe. Oh wow. Okay. Fantastic. Don't even need to see how that works. But that's good too. Oh, no, I shouldn't have done that because see now DR is not going to do anything. But that's... So it really depends on what the weakness is, right? So undead are obviously weak to fire and the DR spells. Okay. Get out of here. And now let's go back to gauntlets. I like that once you select it though, you can just automatically go back to the auto battle still because it's been selected. That's nice. You don't have to go through and continue selecting items again. All these little tricks that save time. Okay. Water elemental, let's go. And we definitely need to heal him after this battle. Gains. It's gotta be healed. Is this gonna kill the water elemental? Back to back Thundaras. Ooh, definitely needs to heal. Okay. Okay. So I have a note that when I was at Mount Gulg, we were all level 27. Now we're 39. And okay, so make sure we got all these treasures. Gotta get all the treasures. All right, now let's go up. No, don't. Just go through. Just try to get all of them. Oh. Oh, my prayers have been answered. So she's a mermaid. She kind of looks like a... Okay, I can see mermaid. I can see Lamia. If the light of the sea is lost, we will turn into sea foam and vanish forever. Okay, so I need to... This makes much more sense. So it feels so weird to have legs because they're all mermaids. They're not used to actually having legs. One of our friends went to see the world above and hasn't returned. I wonder what she's doing now. I do hope she's all right. So there's a few... They got legs. That's why they're like, I have legs. Isn't this amazing? You can breathe underwater. How? How? I don't know. I just can't. I also feel like there's no monsters, luckily, on this floor, which is just so nice. Save the sea. Restore light to the water crystal. So we're going to save the water crystal here. Nice. Are those crystals the legends? Are those the crystals the legends speak of? Just who are you? This is the uppermost level of the shrine. The Kraken, the fiend of water, nests on its lowest level. Okay. So I actually want to go to the lowest level. While the fiend of water lives, the light of the sea grows ever darker. Well, I'm going to try to make that stop, okay? The Mirage Tower stands in the desert to the east of the continent, right? Well, I saw someone go into the tower. I heard the most lovely chiming sound. Okay. Diamond shield. And I bet you I can't. Nope. Alright, so I definitely need to go upgrade after I face the Kraken. Face the Kraken. Move forward. If the light of the sea is not restored, we will vanish as foam to the waves. I don't want that. That's not on my agenda. I want you to live and be free and be good. Okay, how do I get to these other parts of the dungeon? Okay, it just goes... Rosetta Stone! Nice, okay. So it's like it just goes around a loop, a huge loop. Okay, that's what I thought. Wow. Okay. So there's a lot of so these mermaids. One of these mermaids. All of them are telling me actually. So forever, if the light of the sea is lost, we will turn to sea foam and vanish forever. So basically, we need to keep the mermaids alive. Yes. Okay. So let's go down and let's fight the Kraken. Let's kill him. Let's restore the water crystal, and then let's upgrade our classes at Bahamut and move forward to the last dungeon of the crystals, I believe. But before we do that, I believe we need to... Yeah, before we do that, I believe that we also need to go to Valencia. So I think that's our next move. It's our next move, which is good. You know, it feels really good when you're actually streaming a game. When you're not just talking to people, people see your face. You're like, you're not a bad looking guy, but like, is this it? Like, that's it. Okay. Everything here, everything collected. Nice. Okay, we gotta go down. Let's go down. A huge time saver though, like as you're going through, like how interested are you in actually like going to like dead ends and things like that. Also, if you really want to have you really want to like have this like 100% completion for all the chests, it's just nice to have too. All right, I'm coming to an end. Well, it's like I've got like half a cup of coffee. It's a small cup. Oh, that was nice. Almost level 40. Okay, level 40 for quite a few. Level 40. Okay. Okay. I love the casual, like, we're gonna give you 3 more HP. Just 3. Not anymore. So I think personally that the level cap of 50 in the original game compared to the level cap of 99, which I think was changed in the PlayStation version of the game, that's something that I think made a big difference. I also think though that the enemies originally didn't have as much HP, and also the cost of items were, the cost of items I think were greater. I was playing the PlayStation version. They were like normal and easy mode, and actually when you look at normal mode, the item cost was like pretty high for some of these items, like compared to this game, right? These are supposedly easy prices, and I think now that we've gotten to this part in the game, things are pretty, it seems like there's ubiquitous, or like, I don't want to say I have just unlimited gil, but I feel like it's, ooh, what? It seems like there's a lot of, I can get what I want, basically. Whereas when I would go to some of the first, like, start like the second town, or the third town, I would really have to, like, you know, conserve my gil so that I could actually buy all these spells. And if I go back, I maybe will have to conserve gil too. Let's see. I'm gonna heal Coggles of it. 207,000 now. That's not bad. Okay, just can't go there. Look, what? Just casual giant wall? Okay. Well, I'll go explore there. Just gigantic wall. This shrine, it's not in the greatest shape. This water shrine is just not in the greatest shape. But I'm curious, when you have a shrine underwater, like how, you know, the structural integrity of it. And also, like, you're supposedly underwater right now, right? But you're clearly just, it's as if you're walking on a surface. I wonder how you'd portray that. And also, just thinking about dungeon design, if you're actually like swimming around, that's harder. That's really hard. There's a lot of people that just don't like those kind of designs. Interesting. So we're connected to a whole other lore here. We're have to go down again. Okay, so we're gonna go up, and then I'm gonna go up. So it's going up to go down. It's a maze. That's how dungeons are. No one's like, hey, can you just have a stairway, just like in an apartment building or something? Like, hey, can you just go? Why? Why would you do that? Like, we called our interior decorator. He wasn't here in time. He didn't have time to put a chest there. There's nothing on the walls. We did have him grab a sledgehammer though and just swing around a few times. Okay. I wonder how they did decide originally, like how much gil to put in these chests. Just because you kill a single enemy, 2,355 gil. You open a chest, 1,110 gil, 1,450. It's almost, I mean, it's fine, but it just seems like what's the best? Would it just be you really want to go after the treasure chest because it's actually hard to get gil from monsters? Also, like, you know, what kind of a currency system are they using? Did they have a secret, you know, underground, like, economy? You know, they've got something going on. Exactly. What are they doing with all those gil? Like, I really don't know. You're like, how'd they find it? Like, were the mermaids partaking in a black market with them? These are the real questions. I agree with you, Salim. This is the questions. Like, how did this happen? I'm really uncertain. And furthermore, Do they have bankers? What is going on with this system in general? I am with you. I am wholeheartedly with you. And also, another question. We just opened up a treasure chest and there's monsters inside it. What if they need to go to the restroom? You know, what if they need to go do something else? Like, hey, can you just sub in for me? They're just standing in the treasure chest. Is this like a Pokeball before Pokemon? It's hard to say, but I agree. Certain RPGs actually do a really good job of that. Maybe Pocket Dimension. It's quite possible. But I think some games actually do a good job of taking this into consideration. When you go into kind of like towns that are NPC towns, they will say like, okay, like here's a banker, or here's someone if you get up enough like faction with, or you don't kill them, you kill their enemies, you can actually bank with them too. Like I think that's cool. Games like EverQuest do that. But it's really rare, right? It's really rare that you have anything like that. Oh, this place is huge. I like don't love using the map, but it just saves so much time. But I wonder, that'd be funny. At the end of it, everything just goes up to King Bahamut. He's like, hey, I might upgrade you. I might turn you into, you know, a paladin, and instead of a white mage, I turn you into like all these other classes. I upgrade you. But deep down, ooh, I never love when the enemies can just casually kill me. Yeah, let's go for this still. Just the problem is so scared of having gaze cast on you. It almost ended me in when I was in the Earth Cavern last Sunday when I was making my way through there. There we go, King Mummy. There you go. Gold needle. And the Giant's gloves. Okay, I'm very curious what the Giant's gloves do. Are they going to be another item that you can just cast over and over? Oh, really? Yeah, I think like just being able to cast a spell over and over from your items seems fantastic. The fact that I can use gauntlets and you can see and use the Mage's Staff and just I don't use any of my magic, and the fact that arguably if I had a thief in my party or another character that wasn't necessarily as good, I would say, as the monk or the fighter, just be amazing. Okay, let me see if I go to optimal. No, I still want the ribbon. I still want to be protected. All right, let's go look at these giant gloves. I think it's... Ooh, cast Saber. Okay, that's cool. I saw a Saber. I think it was a spell from the Black Mage. Like a Black Mage spell that's level 7. I have no idea what it does, but I'm going to go into the next battle. And I am going to use it. Because that's the whole point. Is like goofing around and having fun with these spells, right? Okay, so let's go here. Let's go here. Let's, instead of Thundara, let's have you cast Saber. Okay, I think it... Alright, it's a buff to yourself. And Coggles can just cast... Let's go for, what was it? Not the gauntlets. Well, it was the Wizard Staff. No, well, this is fun too. Like, I like casting Confuse. I like the graphic. I like what it does. I think it's pretty fun to cast. I enjoy it. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. I think that's actually super fun. I think that boosts my attack. Almost positive. But I do like that. The sense of the adventure, you're not quite sure what an ability does. You're not quite sure what's going to happen. But when you use it, you're like, oh, that's fun. I also like, I don't know if you probably saw it, but like when you cast Confuse, I like that it just inverts the image of the enemy too. So then you just like, oh, so the one up top is confused. Like he's kind of facing his side of the field, and the one at the bottom is not confused. I don't know, just like little... I doubt that was the case in the original game. I never played the NES version. I have a copy of it, but I never actually played it that far. But it's cool to think about. So this is cool. Like, Giant's gloves are cool, but they're not exactly great for what I want to do. So I think I'm just going to go to gauntlets. Let's see. And then I think I'm just going to use wizard staff still. Yeah, it's just... And also the fact that, okay, when they die, they flip. But I think I was testing this out, and when you hit them with magic, it seemed like the enemies were still confused. So if you hit them with magic and you didn't target them specifically, they're like, oh, it could have been an accident. Could have been an accident. It's okay. Fire away. Oh! So, yeah, would the original graphics show what it looked like in the original? Ooh. I can look it up online. So, if you played the original, they tried to keep a sense of what it looked like. Just really quick. So they actually cut the battlefield. Clearly you can see I'm pointing at my monitor, but they cut the battlefield for all the fighters on one side, all the enemies on one, and they just had very limited amounts of memory basically for the game. So when they did that, they didn't have the same, I guess they didn't have the same ability for music. They didn't have as much storage basically is the like short answer. So because of that, I know, but I see what you're saying. If I go back to the original graphics, would it show that? I see what you're saying now. Now as I've processed it, I can turn them on real quick. I'm happy to turn them on. I don't think it will. Let me try. Let me do it after this battle. Sorry, it took me a second to catch up to what you were saying. Yeah, after this battle, I'll go back to the original graphics. The one thing I'll say is, if you remember like CRT monitors, right? The cathode ray tube that have that kind of like line going down. I love that they have those as chocobos. I think it's just gonna stay in the theme. I don't think it's gonna go full on original graphics, but maybe I might. I'm just gonna have this guy attack now. I'm gonna go swap to it and see. Yeah, let me do that. Let's go here. Light axe. That's a cool item. So to configuration, and you could just go here too. Let's see. I think it's graphic display. So classic, I think, just does this. I don't think it's going to do anything else, but we can try. See how it just has the lines in there now? The lines aren't there, so it just has the lines. But yeah, I don't mind. And you can definitely see aesthetically it looks very different, but it still kind of retains that like upgraded look to it. But I'm happy to see. That'd be cool if they did do that. Yeah, I think it's just almost... I know it's not a perfect analogy, but this reminds me of almost like a filter that you would just like have on Instagram or something like that. Like it's still the same, but it's, yeah, exactly. It's just a filter. So you're not gonna, yeah. So it's not quite the same. I also think there's like little things that don't bother me, but I think they're kind of interesting. Like how I just talked to this NPC, which whenever you run into an NPC in the dungeon, it has a simple, like this same graphic. And no matter what graphic it has, you're fighting a different monster every time. So right there, I fought those creatures, but another time I might fight arbitrarily completely different monsters. It really just depends. And it's not, I mean, honestly, for this game coming out at this time period, like that is entirely fine. I don't mind at all. If he's still gonna do damage, even if you lose a little bit defense, because this guards against poison, this guards against status effects, like I think this is probably worth having on him. You ideally want to have him, just in case you're wondering, you do want to have your monk not be equipped because he'll do more damage with a weapon. But I don't really, but having him not die instantly is also good. So I think the ribbon's very cool. Now that I'm looking at this, it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool to like have the filter. I don't know if I'd want it on full time. It just kind of lacks that like snappiness and the crispness of the picture, but still nice. Still nice. So Salim, have you played many Final Fantasies before? Or have you kind of like delved into like the world in general? Ooh, okay. Down here. There might not even be anything in here. Oh, but you actually played the original NES version. That's super cool. Yeah, so I started doing, like, I'm attempting to play through every single Final Fantasy. It's probably silly, but I don't know, just something about trying to do it. Oh man, that's a big jump. And so the reason I say that is because I actually, when I introduced my first my first Twitch stream talking about Final Fantasy, I have like the original NES cartridge, and I have like the PlayStation. I brought it out and talked about it, and I was like pretty excited about it. I never got very far, but it's just something really special about it. Oh, okay, you skipped from the NES to N64. For me, Super Nintendo did have some good ones, but even in the American releases, you basically jump from like Final Fantasy 1, and then Final Fantasy 2 in the States release is actually Final Fantasy 4, and then Final Fantasy 3 is actually Final Fantasy 6. So you're still kind of missing a lot of the original games. Like Final Fantasy 2 was not released in the States until I was on PlayStation. Yeah, it's I had no idea. When I was younger, I had no idea whatsoever. Yeah, because you're like, wait, like they renumbered it and they just didn't release anything? Like there was just nothing released in the States? Like, well, we have a game, but oh man, did I miss it? Okay, I want to go up here. But yeah, so like nothing. I don't love using this, but it's just so much easier. Okay, cool, I'm gonna go that way. So for me, before the internet, oh my gosh, I have a really actually kind of like silly story about that. Maybe you'd appreciate it. So this was NES original Nintendo Entertainment System, right? And I'm at not even a friend's house, like an acquaintance. And my acquaintance's dad, he's like, I've been playing the original Legend of Zelda forever, and he's like, I found temples 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and Temple 5, he's like, I've looked at every single part of the map. I swear I've done everything in my power to find it. And so I said, I know where it's at. He's like, no way. Can you help me? So here I am, right? Like as a pretty young kid. And I'm just like, yeah, here. So like we boot it up, we load his game, and then it's the section, I don't know if you ever, I feel to me like this is fairly well-known knowledge, but there's a screen that repeats itself over and over and over, and you have to walk north 5 times. And if you walk north 5 times, then you will like get the and then he reveals you're the 5th dungeon, and he's like, oh my gosh. But just that moment of like just that moment of kind of like community. I know it sounds weird, but I think the internet is so great for bringing people together and sharing knowledge, and I think that's very, very positive, and it's amazing. However, for me, the thing that I think is like was really cool is like you really had to figure things out on your own. Yes, or you would have someone, you'd be like, hey, you would talk to your, and there were fewer games, and there was like only one system or 2 systems, and you'd be like, oh, did you find that thing, or did you get this item, or I found this in a secret place. And when you did, it would be, you would help each other. So it would be, like it would be like before game FAQs and before all of these things, and there was something so special about that, and that it kind of created like this, yes, totally, 100%. There are all these like, oh, did you do, there's this thing, like, did you find this thing? And people were like, no. And then some people would make up things, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is like slander, you're misguiding people. Yeah, oh man. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, but it was there was some yes, there were some really good times when people would tell you, yeah, like this right here is just like this is where you need to go to get this item. And it did feel rewarding when to me when I could tell someone like, oh, you need to go here because this is the item you need, or like, oh, did you find this secret? Or I mean like kind of like because there were a lot of like Mega Man was pretty common, right? Obviously Mario 3, if you were talking about or Mario finding like the warp pipes and things like that. I also think that the nice thing about that time period was that they made it so that actually kind of physical, tangible media. Yeah, yeah, literally you beat me before I got to it. But physical, tangible media like Nintendo Power was actually so valuable because there were a number of things about Nintendo Power, but one was that you could just, for example, like actually like open the pages and you'd be like, oh, is there a tip or a trick that I actually don't know? And then if you got Nintendo Power, you could share it with other people. And it was quite valuable, right? It wasn't just like some pie in the sky thing. It was like, no, this is actually very valuable to me and my gaming experience and it's benefiting me. Yeah, 100%. So one thing I did that I regret now, I had a lot of Nintendo Powers. Not like back from the NES days, but from, okay, this is, we're about to fight the Kraken. Okay, there's nothing else. Let me quick save really quick. Let me tell you my story, and then I'll jump into this. But short answer obviously is yes. The longer answer is I truly enjoyed getting Nintendo Power, and because I did, I was able to learn a lot of things. I don't know if you remember this, but the magazines, because they existed pre-internet, there were some very cool details. One was that they would have a phone number you could call if you got stuck. So you actually had a number you would call and you would consult. Yes. You would consult with like a game counselor and you would explain the game you're playing, you'd explain where you're at, and they would be like alive. I like looking back, wish I called that number. Like looking back, I genuinely wish I called that number. Because I feel like if I did, it would have just been such a good, I don't know, to me, experience. It would have been like a really fun experience to just like talk to them, be like, what if you know something they don't know? I think they were called game counselors. But the other thing was, I actually was at a local game store, like all used games, not like a GameStop, nothing wrong with them, but like just like a local used game store. So they got stuff back to almost Atari, and they had older Nintendo Powers, like older, like some older Game Informers, older Nintendo Powers. I found one that was, I think, 1990. Ooh, I'm gonna miss the date, but it's in the 90s, early 90s, and it said Final Fantasy 2, and I said, I'm gonna go pick it up. Why not? I've just been thinking about it, and it's just, the art is so cool, and just, it really truly exists as a historical time piece now. I know that sounds weird, right? Because it's like we were obviously still alive, but it's still like a piece of history and how media was created pre-internet. And I actually think that's really important to reflect upon how we absorbed information, how we shared information, and the idea that the way you share information and how you could even like share it would be really useful. And it also goes to show, if you wanted to know something, you had to learn patience. You had to really try to figure it out yourself. You couldn't just do go to a tab on a page, instantaneous gratification. You had to talk with a friend, or you would sit next to each other and you would try to figure out together, like, oh, this is so hard, can you help me with this? So there was this real, I want to say, camaraderie that still exists, but I think it's different. And I think we've shifted to a much more analytical way of playing games, if that makes sense. Where everything is kind of like boiled down to like, well, this stat is vastly superior to this stat, and there's people going really deep into analytics. And before, it would just be like smaller groups of people, and you wouldn't have like, larger foundational knowledge, whereas now you already have someone the second or third day that a game comes out, you have a full review posted, you have all these comments talking about the critique, the analysis, how they should patch it, and many different opinions. And like that's fine, but I almost think it makes it harder for you to form your own opinion about the game. Even if you're like think it's your own opinion, you might be in some way a little bit susceptible to other people's opinions. So to me, I think that's really hard to put my finger on, but I think it's really important to consider. Yeah, we had to wait years for a movie to come to VHS or for paperback to come out. And if you didn't want to shell out for the hardcover, yeah. Oh yeah. You really, really, truly had to wait a long time if you wanted to wait for something to come out. Or you had to say like, oh, well, like, do I want to rent this game or do I want to rent this game? Or you had to, rentals even would be a very different thing. It feels like everyone ruins their own game experience that way. It's like if someone gives you the answer to a riddle before you can think about it. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think there's almost an incentive structure set up toward instantaneous gratification, or even if you don't want to say instantaneous gratification, like just the need to know now, as opposed to kind of sitting and like feeling a little uncomfortable with not knowing. It's just a very different way, I think, of like thinking about things. And it's okay to not know things. Like I'm very okay, again, going into this boss fight. Like I know relatively, but I don't know exactly, but he's a water. So like what, things am I going to use to fight against it? So like just little things like that, I think are kind of really useful, in how we think about things. So I think this touches on one more thing I'll say before I can jump into this. I'll jump in the fight. So I was playing a game with my brother, and it's an online game. We play a fair amount of EverQuest, but the whole point of this game is that you progress through, you level up your character, you gain items at like a slightly slower pace, and when you get them, you actually feel like you earn them. Your character does go up in, just power level, and that's a really good feeling. And the problem that I felt is that he kind of just like gave me all this equipment on a character I hadn't played before. I didn't really earn it. So I'm sitting here with like all these really good items, like exceptional items that I never felt I worked for, that I never felt I earned. And I was just a little sad because I wanted to feel like it had some way of earning them, right? Like if someone just like gives you the answer, or you just beat a boss, or you just do something so quickly, I think it takes away from the experience, right? Because you don't have to like earn everything, but just like the idea of like kind of feeling as if you have done something to overcome a challenge makes it rewarding, if that makes sense. When things in life are too easy, I don't think you appreciate them. If everything's just given to you, you don't necessarily understand the value of hard work. And so for me, it's like when I do something that takes time, like, do I always love that? Not necessarily, but do I feel better that I was able to accomplish it? It's something about like having worked for something and earned it. Or even if I die a few times, I'm like, oh, like I hopefully like step back. What did I learn from getting my butt kicked? Right? Honestly. And like, what could I do better last time? How do I think about it a little bit better? Or, yeah, I have so many thoughts going in so many directions, but I'm going to start after this last comment I read. I remember seeing the EQ CDs in the gaming stores, but never having the internet to play them, so I never get to see them or play them. So, honestly, it's a long way gone now. If you want to play EQ, it's actually a really good golden age. It seems like you might have the mentality to jump into a game like that, because it's like more patience, more like a lot of nostalgia, but there's a lot of time investment. But if you play with people who know what they're doing and they're not going to just give you stuff, it is really rewarding. There's also kind of games that are coming out right now that are similar to those games, and they're quite fun to play. Like there's a game called Pantheon, which a lot of people like, but the development's a little slow. There's Monsters and Memories. So there's similar games in similar vein. If you have community to play them with, they're really fun. It's what I tell my nephew when he wants to buy stuff in free-to-play games. Ooh, that's... Yeah. Oh, that's a whole other topic. I'm gonna... Let me start the battle and I'm happy to talk with you about it. So, you humans do impress. I would not have thought to see you here. So now the crystal's gonna lift up. And the Kraken's gonna fight us. But do you really think you can defeat the Fiend of Water here in my own domain? Fools, these dark depths shall be your tomb. I think that I am kind of torn on the... I'm kind of torn on the idea of, I think the first thing to do, just in case there's insta-death, I want to guard against that. And for, let's see. I wish, and you know, for him, I think I'm going to do, not protect, but I think I'm going to do strength for my monk. Okay. But yeah, like when you want to buy skins, like I guess with skins, I kind of... Ooh, it doesn't even definitely happen. I think it's understandable. Like I think it's understandable to want to buy like aesthetically pleasing things. I think if you play a game a lot and you invest in it and you actually think the company's good, I just like swapped to like actually thinking about what I'm doing. I think if you want to support a company, I think if you, I wanted to cast that just in case again. And I think if you, for example, are really thinking about like what it means to, that was a decent boost. What it means to like invest in the company or like play a game you want to play. Okay, Blizzaga is good. Please, no. Well, we might just be able to get insta-killed here. We'll see how it goes. And also, he's hitting really hard, so I do want to cast... you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to cast Protect. What I'm going to do for him is I'm just going to cast a High Potion on her. Yeah. And the next time, now that they'll hopefully all be protected, this is good. And they'll be in a good place. Okay. Cool. And now I'll just have her cast Heal next turn. Okay, 247. That's pretty good. That's it. Now we're in a good place. Yeah. And I think this will be good. Probably unnecessary, but I think good. And let's go back to magic, I think, now. Oh. Up. It seems... So, going back to my comment earlier, yeah, like there's no... In this game that I have seen, there's no scan ability, so you never know the enemy health. There's no scan ability. There's no... After you kill them, there is the ability to go to the bestiary and see how much health they have and their weaknesses and things like that, but before you face them, it's not there. So I have no idea. So I'm always like kind of preparing for the worst. And then, you know... But that was a fight where he did attack me early on, but I was like, all right, well, is he a death mechanic? I'll stop that. Things like that. Okay, now this is my third crystal. I've had the earth and the fire, and now this is the water crystal. This is the altar of water from which the power of water flows forth. And now this is going to teleport me to the beginning, which is nice. So I wonder if it's actually going to teleport me to like just outside. Oh, okay, so it puts me here. I am now going to just stay at the inn. I don't have to, but you got to keep these folks in business. You know what I mean? Like this real estate looks like it costs a lot. You want to be considerate. I mean, 8 beds, that is not the norm. So we want to be supportive. And I'm trying to think of companies where I said, you know what, I really do like I like a certain character a lot, or I like a certain product a lot. I'm willing to pay a little bit more money for it. I'm trying to think, like, do I actually do that? I feel like I have, but I feel it's been a little bit. Again, you can still play like quite a bit of like EverQuest on those newer servers, and because I like the game so much, I'm pretty okay supporting it. Arguably, I don't have to, I don't need to. I could have cast I could have cast Giant's Gloves for my other character probably. I think that's, and then I could have upped their damage. I didn't even think about that. I could have done that my first turn. But I think supporting a company, and again, when it's not predatory, is really important. If there's, I remember about 6 years ago, there was a lot of conversation about loot boxes actually, and how certain loot boxes were just complete gambling. And thinking about how those loot boxes were just complete gambling, I think a lot of people, and then like really saying like, are they gambling? Especially if they're like targeting like kids, who are then spending money that's not even their own money, and then it's like becoming habit forming. That to me is concerning. Playing, I guess, buying mounts in games that you think are aesthetically pleasing, if you play the game, or it's like your only game, like say you play World of Warcraft, and you're like, hey, I play like 3 games a year, I log 100 hours into WoW, 200, 500 hours into WoW a year, I want to drop $20 on this, you know, like on this really cool mount, on this character I've played a lot on. I mean, that might not be for everyone, but the simple fact that if someone wants to do that, they can. Yeah. Like that's kind of my thing. Is like, look, you know, it's like you're spending money, but also I think buying a cosmetic you really want or you've thought about, and not trying to collect all the cosmetics or something that's kind of special to you, I think is different than loot boxes, because loot boxes can just get really scary really fast. Long has it been since men of courage stood before me. Your bravery seems worthy of consideration. Well, thank you. That's nice of you. The rat's tail you carry is a fitting token of courage and strength. I don't know why they decided to translate it as rat's tail. I'm curious if that's what it was in the original Japanese. So be it. I shall honor you with titles befitting your valor. So now this is cool. This is where Bahamut, you'll actually see, I think, a character change too, but all of them should be upgraded. And you have the ability to just be more powerful. I think now my main character can equip better items too. And so their graphics changed a little bit too. Yep. Very cool. Restore the crystals to grace. So now if I go to my knight, can I, yes, now I can equip him with the defender, a better item. Now I can get the diamond shield. Now I can get the diamond, yes. And I can also, I don't want that. Let's see. Can I do anything more optimal? Optimal, okay, so he can equip the wizard staff now. Before he could only do the mage staff. Now, I wonder if I can cast that. Losing the confuse ability for an attack that I'll never do feels kind of silly. I'm just gonna keep it off. Okay. Doing pretty well. Got the water crystal. Ended up upgrading my characters. Now I need to, I don't know. I like the run animation is just kind of like back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. I got the Rosetta Stone, so now I'm going to, well, a couple things. Do I have money? I do have money, so I'm gonna go buy a bunch of spells, I think, first. Go here, buy some spells. Let's see. Okay, white mage spells that I couldn't buy earlier, I was gated. So, do I have Kiraja? I don't even have Kiraja! Ooh, this is so nice though. Am I actually gonna use it? Johnny Bravo. Oh, you know, I never actually watched Johnny Bravo, but I know what you're talking about. I'm on Cartoon Network. I know exactly what you're talking about. It does kind of look like that. Bully restores one's HP. Deals damage to all undead enemies. I feel like the other undead spells I have are pretty good. I'm just gonna go for the heal. But I still feel it's probably gonna be useful. And then we go next door. So another spell that I'm looking for, I forget what town it's in, but I don't think, I might get rid of this one later. The spell I'm looking for allows me to teleport out of a dungeon, which is very useful if you're just trying to farm things or looking for items. Okay, so let's go to the other. Yeah, white mage, black mage, buy stuff here. I wonder how effective these actually are, though. Kill. Instantly kills one enemy. That just seems so powerful. Like, it should not work most of the time. I have money, though. Now that I say that, I'm gonna really need to buy these spells over here. Holy, that is fantastic. Dispel. Negate. Ooh, enemies magic. Reduce damage from spells by half. These are amazing. And negate one enemy's magical defenses. These are very, very good. Okay. There's not much more I can get. So it makes sense that they're so expensive. Okay. I think now the best thing I can do is probably... I'm sure I can go get the Rosetta Stone right now. So let's jump back. Oh, this guy said something. I just want to talk to him before. He said, he's talking about the Hawks. This guy. Outsiders often call our town the Eye of the Hawk. To the south is an ancient city known as the Wing of the Hawk. And before I can talk to those folks in the Wing of the Hawk. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly here. I'm going to go south and talk to them. And instantly before I get there, an Allosaurus. No Rex. Oh, wow. The monk looks like he's really, I don't know, it's like pulling back that punch. Yeah, now that we turned on these kind of older style graphics, now my eyes are adjusting to them. It feels good. Oh man, that mithril hammer. It doesn't seem like we're doing more damage necessarily, but it seems like access to better spells, access to better equipment. Like that's the main benefit. Yeah, even though it's a filter, it feels decent. Like at first I put it on and instantly my eyes told me, don't do this. This hurts. And now that I'm like getting used to it, and I mean obviously it's not a CRT either. That I'm looking at, but I'm looking at them like, you know what? Like it's kind of cool. Now I should be able to actually talk to these guys before I couldn't. Lapogami Do? No. Oh, I should have a Rosetta Stone. No, I should have a Rosetta Stone. No, who can I talk to? No, I have a Rosetta Stone. Why can I not use the Rosetta Stone? Oh, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. That's not good. That's not... Oh, okay, I need to talk to an NPC about something. It's apparently... You know what? That's not good. Okay, so clearly someone has to teach me. Maybe I can go back to the Tower of Mirage? I'm not sure. I've been keeping some notes. It feels like at this point I should have just been able to go there. And then after I went there, I would be able to then go to the Tower of Mirage. But maybe I need someone to translate the Rosetta Stone for me. Or someone was talking about the Rosetta Stone. Maybe I should go back. But the problem is, even when I talk to those NPCs about things like that, they don't always tell me anything useful. So that's good to know. Ooh, still hit me for quite a bit. 921. I think that might be my highest hit so far. Okay. Let's look at our map. Okay, let's go talk to NPCs over there. So I feel like there's a lot of... Maybe there's some NPCs that'll help me here. So this is just talking about the Eye of the Hawk. Have you visited the Wing of the Hawk? I can't understand a word they say there. You and me both, sir. I don't believe it. You're outsiders, aren't you? How did you make it up this high in the mountains? Can you fly or something? Nah, that's impossible, right? I actually did. A fairy was living in our spring. Yep, she did help me, which is great. My dad was always telling me how the castle of the west is a place to test your courage. Took care of that. Took care of that. I saw a shining light fly off to the west in the night sky. I know I saw it. I took care of that as well. This broom's always trying to weasel its way out of chores. I don't know what to do with it. Busy, busy, busy. Swish, swish, That's great. I love it. Legends say the sky people could soar through the sky and build castles above the clouds. So I have the Rosetta Stone. I also have the Warp Cube. They say special water called Oxale gushes in the bottom of our spring. Yep, and I got that. And that allowed me to complete that dungeon. I was a scholar studying Lufian language, but I can't seem to recall his name. Oh, there was a scholar studying language. Ooh. Okay, so I need to find the scholar who was studying the language. Okay, where is this? Was he in the other village? Probably. I should probably go back there. This is the thing when you connect these. Thanks for saving me. Has Axel helped you out? It'll never run out of air, so you can use the standard water as long as you like. It has helped me out. Thank you so much. Let me get to the water crystal. I appreciate you, Miss Fairy. Well, at this point, it appears I need to go back to that town I just left. I don't think there's anywhere to land this. Ooh, can I maybe land here? I think it's. Oh, that's a much faster walk. Okay, that's good. Let's go back here. That's good. Maybe someone here was studying the language. Look at my legs. Yes, you're a mermaid. There was someone here that talked about a Rosetta Stone, I think, maybe. Are those legs really yours? I love how they're so surprised. Okay. Maybe he is... You have the Rosetta Stone. You must take it to my brother Oon immediately. Okay. Okay. Got ya. We'll take it to Oon. Can you tell me where Oon's at? I'm happy to do that, but I don't know where Oon is. That's the only problem. Okay. If I was Oon, where would I be? If I was Oon, where would I be? I would... Okay. It's not in any of the islands. Let's see. It's not in any of the islands. It's not in either of those places. Is it back in Cornelia? Maybe. All right. That's the problem. Gotta actually try and find this now. Okay. It'd be nice if I could find Oon. I could then continue with this. And then go have them translate everything. And then I could be on my way. Alas. We'll see. Maybe it's possible. Because I am probably going to stop playing here in about 20 minutes or so. Gotta have some things to do. Okay. There's Oon here. And I can check the castle. I can check Cornelia, the City of Dreams. I feel like I just need to look for someone. No, I'm just trying to find. No, I'm just trying to find this NPC. I don't know where Oon is. You know, she keeps offering to dance with me, but she doesn't actually want to dance with me. It's a shame. It's false advertising. Matoya lives in the north of Cornelia. Sage Lucan says something about finding the crescent moon. It could just be in that one place. No. No, they definitely don't hold your hand. Which is fine as long as you're used to that. They do still give you hints like, hey, you got to go here, and if you're paying attention. But no. I'm trying to remember where Un is now. And so I'm just kind of running around here. Oh, by the way, in the original game, are you Un? The beautiful lute handed down for generations to the Princess Cornelia is said to have a unique power. It can shatter the gateway of evil. That's actually very useful for later. They're actually in the NES version, and they kept it. There was like literally just an invisible NPC like right here, and there was no purpose for this NPC, just that it was there. Okay, I think I need to go back to. I think I need to go back to a different village. Yes, a different village. There's quite a few. I think it's been a minute. So this is Earth Cavern, Earth Crystal. I think I can actually buy a spell here. I don't think Un's here, but I think I can buy. I could be wrong. This is where I can get a spell. I believe lets me exit dungeons. Did I remember right? No, I did not remember right. This is not the town. Unless it's the Black Mage, and I'm misremembering. It might be. I don't think it is, though. Ah! Yes! It was teleport. Okay, cool. But I had to get rid of other stuff. I want teleport. Teleports the party to the previous floor. There's no way Scourge can actually be that effective. It's the most effective spell in the game, 10% of the time. That's the thing with these. Instantly kills all enemies. That just seems so powerful. Kind of like Earthquake. I get hit by Earthquake earlier into that. I'm just gonna stick with Earthquake. There's another spell. If you go, let's go into his inventory. Let's see. Yeah, there's a level 8 called Kill, but it's only for one enemy. And so it makes me feel like there's a higher probability on that. I'm sure there's some people that have actually gone in and done research on it and said, hey, like this is what the case is. I do not know. There's one other white mage spell that teleports you to the beginning. I'm just a farmer. In the cave, nope. Sada. Okay. Oh, I think Un's here. Because he talks about, I'm such a famous person. Have you never heard of me? Hold on. Yeah, he's right here. He's like, I'm Un. I'm so famous. Have you never heard of me? Just a moment. Let me see that tablet. Yeah, this is where he's at. This is the Rosetta Stone. This makes it possible to decipher Luthanian. Totally pronounced that right. Yes, of course. That's what that was. It all makes sense. Here, allow me to express my gratitude by teaching you Luthanian. Nod, nod, jump, jump. Nod, nod. There, now you can speak Luthanian too. In the course of a mere 25 seconds, I have taught you to be fluent in another language. Man, Warriors of Light, impressive. They say hi, how are you, goodbye, where's the bathroom, and there's like, I got everything. It's what I need. Nod. I like the restore the crystals to grace. So basically, that's kind of wild though. That he's like, I just know Luthanian now. I mean, that truly was the Rosetta Stone, which is unlocking the power. Okay, let me see if there's another. I'm trying to remember. This is, yeah, Earth Crystal entryway, 2 entries. There might be one more spell, and I think it's the time before we go to the Marsh Cave, which is by far the hardest dungeon, and it's the very first one, in my opinion. Okay. Is this actually, I think, if I remember correctly, and I could be very wrong, but I think that up here, there is the spell for the white mage that teleports you to the very beginning, and this might be level 4. I am wrong. That is okay. I accept it. Let's see. Yeah, these just didn't make sense to me. Like, I mean, it's cool that you can cure poison, but it just doesn't make sense to me when antidotes are so inexpensive. Unless it's the black mage, I'm just forgetting. Could be. Yeah, let's cast haste. Alright, let's buy haste. Puts one enemy to sleep. Confuse. That was fun. I'm glad I got... I don't think I won't ever need that. As I'm spending money on things I don't need. Okay. Ooh. In the dark abyss above the crescent, to the north beyond the smoldering mountain, the Levystone sleeps. Something awaits you there. That's nice. So then, I actually didn't even catch this. I just went past it. Let's see here. Now, I can go back to Lufenian, but I also think, I know there's also magic spells. I really just want to get that one spell. Really, really, really just want that one spell that teleports me. Look at the dungeon here. Yes! Okay, there we go. It was a level 6. I didn't realize it was so high. Okay, I got it. I'm very, very happy with that. I was able to get exit. Now I can save. Once I get to the new village, where people will talk to me now. We're gonna be friends, or at least we'll be on decent terms, or at least we'll be able to actually communicate with one another. That's good. I'm a fan. Now, the game would be really nice would let me land here. Nope. The game's like, we're not that nice. Very carefully thought about this. See, even these spaces right here, it's like, nope. I think that space up there is the closest I can land. But always worth a try. Always worth a try. Let's see here. Oh, my dog is going crazy. Not sure what's going on. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna head down, talk to the Lufenians. I feel I'm making some major progress in this game. I feel there's not. All right. Attack, items, Andara. Anything else we can use? I wonder if I can actually... Oh, okay, so I can... Even though it's equipped, I can still use it. I wonder if that makes it more powerful, too? I doubt it. It's just interesting that you can use it when it's equipped. I appreciate that. Okay. And here we go. Now we can actually communicate with each other because I've learned the language. Now, we are the Lufenians, the descendants of the race that once lived among the clouds, the sky people. We use a vessel you call an airship. It was built by one of our ancestors, a man by the name of Cid. So, interestingly enough, Cid was not introduced, like, originally. I don't believe in the NES version that it was called Cid, but I think they put him back in because Cid is obviously one of the staples of the Final Fantasy games. So that's cool. But Cid has always been like someone that like has constructed airships or built airships. The light bearers, then the legend is true. We have a legend that has been passed down through many generations. According to this legend, 400 years ago, the fall of the civilization in the sky Warriors bearing light will come forth to save our people. I am happy to try. The castle that floats high above the clouds was once the home of our ancestors. The Mirage Tower is the gateway to that castle. We came to believe there was another entity controlling the four fiends. To ascertain its location, we sent out 5 warriors, but much time has passed since we heard from them. I hope no harm has befallen them. So 5 warriors before us. We placed our last hope in the 5 warriors we sent. What's the driver that? We sent out. It's been said they fell victim to the curse of the fiends and were turned into bats. Huh. Before you leave, legendary warriors, take this chime with you. It will grant you passage into the Mirage Tower. That's why we gotta be here, because we gotta get the chime. And then we can get into the tower. You obtain the chime. Excellent. Tiamat blocks the power of wind, the source of the sky people's strength. So that's why it's so important too. How am I going to talk to this gentleman back here? All right. We struggled for our very lives with Tiamat, the fiend of wind, but our power was not enough. To this day, her lair remains in the castle in the sky, the flying fortress. Okay, so now we're up to the 4th and final big bad, basically. And we need to go kill Tiamat and then save the Wind Crystal. 400 years ago, we built a civilization of the highest order, even beyond the skies we reached. However, this is not but history now. The flying castle floats on a blue sea of stars beyond the sky. This world is composed of 4 forces: fire, earth, water, and wind. Of these, we showed greatest prowess with the power of wind. High in the sky, we set a castle afloat in that azure sea of stars. The sky people would pass on their memories from one generation to the next through rituals. But 400 years is a very long time, and those memories have begun to fade. Could the mechanical beings our ancestors created still function? We are about to find out. And let's see, items. Still have the warp cube. Absolutely have that warp cube. Also have the chime. I think this right here is a pretty good place to stop. It's almost 2. I didn't get on as early as I wanted, but it's just been a busy weekend, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm gonna use a cottage, get in the airship, use a cottage at the end of the desert, save there. And I think that's a good stopping point. I might be on later today, depending. But I need to get some food. I need to go do things, be responsible, all those fun adult things. Unfortunately. It is the way it is, but we're making some great progress. Very happy. I feel like we just tore through some dungeons. Got upgraded from Bahamut. Got the water crystal. Understood a new language. Discovered some things from Waterfall. Free to ferry. Overall, pretty good day. And now we're gonna kill an Allosaurus in a single attack. Ooh, nice. And giving our white mage more HP. Oh, now I can go inside. Mirage Tower, first floor. Okay. This is probably going to be a pretty intense. I'm not sure, but I feel like it's going to be an intense time. Okay. So, I think we started today around mid to early 30s. Now we're 42. We're making some progress. This is a good time. All right. Well, I might jump back on later, but I know if I start this dungeon, I'm going to want to finish it. And I imagine this dungeon being, I think, the second to last in the game is a pretty substantial dungeon. It's not something you do super quick. So, happy to stop. Well, yeah, Salim, thank you so much for jumping on. Really nice to meet you. I usually stream on Sundays. Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, I usually play on Sundays. I I try to do like 10 in the morning until like 2 in the afternoon. And I enjoy talking about games, love talking to people. So great for you to stop by. It was very nice. Good conversation. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend too. So everyone else, thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to go finish the last sip of my coffee and try to be a productive adult now. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.